and welcome to Prep Eve, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. I am with Divyanshu today, another success story from Prep Eve who's managed to score more than 8,777 in his IELTS academics. So over to you, Divyanshu. Please introduce yourself to us.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, hello everyone. My name is Divyanshu Duggad and I'm currently a student of class 12.
Okay, and what were your scores?
Well, my overall band score was 7.5. I scored a 8.5 in listening, a 7.5 in reading, a 7 in speaking, and a 7 in writing.
Perfectly fine. So that's the score a lot of PR aspirants are looking for, and you managed to get that same score for IELTS academic, a brilliant one. So congratulations on that. Now, can you please share your strategies with us?
So before sharing my strategies, I owe a big thanks to Prep Eve and my parents who constantly supported me and guided me a lot. Firstly, I would like to thank you, Yogita ma'am, Harit sir, Pawandeep ma'am, and all the teachers. This could only happen because of the efforts which all of you had put in, and I am so happy. So, like to talk about the strategy, initially I want to mention the three main things which actually helped me in getting my desired score. Firstly, lots and lots of practice. Secondly, I would say paying equal attention to all the four modules. And lastly, staying calm and confident during your actual examination. So, yes, ma'am. So, like now, I would like to begin with speaking because it was a module in which I was very scared initially. Actually, like before I started to prepare for my IELTS, I was actually a pathetic speaker. I could not speak in English well. Actually, I did not ever converse in English with my friends, family, or teachers in English. It was just the Hindi in which we used to have a conversation in. And if someone would have said me to speak in English, I used to get very nervous and I was very bad at speaking. But yes, after I started preparing for my IELTS, the way Yogita ma'am was my teacher, so yes, the way she guided me, the way she taught me important tips and strategies to improve my speaking, and also how I used to see my batchmates speaking so confidently. And also, yes, I did a lot of practice. And finally, before my speaking exam, I was confident enough that yes, I have improved a lot and I could do better in my examination. Also here, I would like to add on the mock test, which really helped me a lot for my speaking exam. Prep Eve provided me 6 mock tests. Pawandeep ma'am used to take it. And the most useful thing about the mock, apart from just getting accustomed with the original exam, was the evaluation, because the evaluation which ma'am made really helped me a lot in improving and like knowing the areas where I was lacking and to improve it. Like ma'am told me to not make such mistakes in the examination. And what I did was I jotted all those points in a piece of paper, and just before my examination, I skimmed through all those points. And I believe that I did not make such mistakes in my examination. And I appeared for it the way ma'am had told me to do. And because of which I could get my desired score. So yes, I'm very happy. Also, one thing I would like to add here is that I like, it's a personal opinion, it's my opinion, my personal opinion. I would say that generally students believe that studying extremely hard one day before examination will help them a lot. But I believe it won't make any difference, because you cannot improve your English skills just a day before the examination. It requires a lot and lot of practice, consistency, and yes, of course, uh, confidence also. And I would say that one thing which I did before my examination was that I just jotted all the strategies which Yogita ma'am had taught me during my classes. And just I revised all those strategies 2, 3 times, different strategies which were required for me to solve different types of questions. I just revised them before one day before my examination, and also 1 hour before my examination. And yes, While I was appearing for my examination, I was super confident. And yes, after I was completed with my examination, there was a big smile in my face because I knew I had done very well. And I was very confident that I was going to get a good score, which I got. So now I would like to talk about reading, like my strategies in reading. Like initially, I practiced reading a lot, I would say. Yes, it was. It took a lot of effort. It was a 1 hour paper, and actually, I am very bad. I have a very bad sitting capacity. So, like, I could not sit and complete the entire paper. So, what I used to do was I used to solve one per section, one section at a time. But yes, with practice, I started to like solve the entire paper. I like with practice, I became quite decent and good in it, but a mistake, a blunder which I did was that I completely left that module. I stopped practicing. And this, I would say, it's not like no one should do this mistake, because what happened was 20 days before the examination, I remember when I sat and started to solve a reading paper again. Honestly, I could not solve the paper. Firstly, I could not solve the paper in the limited time frame, like in the 1 hour. And secondly, even after taking extra time, I was unable to solve several questions. And like the questions which I was solving, I was getting it incorrect. And I got so scared. But yeah, but I knew, but what I did was I kept myself calm. I went back, I revised all the strategies which my mom had taught me. And yes, I practiced that particular questions which I was getting incorrect, like mostly. I practiced a lot. Like I practiced a lot of questions of that sort. It took me approximately 1 week, 1.5 week. And yes, finally after that, I finally got that flow and I was again confident about my reading. So yes, I would say that it is not at all good to leave a particular module, because it like IELTS actually requires consistency, and so everyone should be consistent and pay equal attention to all the 4 modules. Now, I would like to talk about my strategies for listening. I would say there are not much strategies to follow in listening. It's just that multiple choice question types, which are a bit tricky at times because generally the speaker change their views time and again, and it gets difficult. So what I did, actually, I did not do anything extra. What my teacher, what Yogita Mama taught me, I just followed that. The strategy which I had used there was eliminating wrong answers, and yes, it greatly helped me. And actually, I was good at listening since like from the beginning. I never got a score less than 7, and so I knew that with practice I will be improving. And actually, I desired and I wanted to get a score above 8, which I managed to get in my original examination. So I am very happy. So I would say yes, it's all about practice. It came with practice and consistency, which I had maintained, because of which the module in which I was good at, I became better and better, and like I aced it like at the end.
Perfect.
Thirdly, now and lastly, to talk about writing, I would say that I am actually I was very lazy, and I
I
never
was
felt
very
like very lazy, and like I never felt like attempting writing topics, or when it came to writing, I never used to pay much attention to it. But yes, obviously I realized the importance before 1 month before the examination. And an interesting thing I would like to say here is that a month before the examination, like I had never ever attempted a single assignment in my Google Classroom. I had never ever practiced. I have never even practiced any assignments. But 2 days before my examination, there were no assignments left undone in the classroom, Google Classroom. I had solved so much writing during that 1 month, and actually, it had helped me a lot. It helped me greatly. Like I was so confident. I had practiced like IELTS. What IELTS requires in writing is like there is nothing much to do about the format. It's just about how you. And also the one thing which every time ma'am used to say is that it's your English language testing. It's your test about English language. It does not test your knowledge. So yes,
absolutely.
the way you connect, the way you present your entire essay. the band descriptors, that is coherence and cohesion, the complex sentence which you use. I used to binge watch all your videos and Harit sir videos, and actually it helped me a lot in my reading examination. I was super confident, and yes, I was so fluent while writing, and it felt so great. Also, I would like to mention that a good thing which everyone should do is like getting accustomed with the examination before the actual test. What I did was that I uh, I woke up in the morning. I locked myself in a room. In the room, I opened like a random paper which I had never solved from the Cambridge book, and I sat and I what I did was that I started to solve the paper exactly the way which I had to solve it in the examination which I had 2 days after. So it went like first listening, then reading, then writing. So I did that continuously, and as I mentioned it before, I am a terrible, like I am not at all a good sitter. Like I cannot sit for a long time. So I thought that it would be a good idea to practice it
Absolutely.
one time before the examination. So what I did was that I practiced listening, reading, writing simultaneously, one after the other. And yes, it actually helped me. It helped me greatly in my examination. I was very comfortable, and also I did that by putting my masks on, because nowadays during the pandemic you have to put your mask on entirely during the examination, and it is very uncomfortable. So if
True.
you don't practice it, it may like trouble you. And same thing I did with the speaking. I practiced a lot of speaking while putting my mask on, so that uh, I could improve myself
Accustom
so that
yourself, and you also adjust
yes,
yourself according to the examination situation. So that is something even I highlight, and thank you for bringing that point forward. Whenever you're taking the test, before going for the test, always sit in the same environment and take that test at least once. Take a practice test at home in similar conditions. Let's say if the examination hall, if you're taking a pen paper based test, then you make sure that you practice on pen and paper and not on computer, and vice versa. So if you're going for computer delivered test, don't start writing it, start typing. You need to see your typing speed as well. So all of those factors, though very negligible, I would say, but matter a lot. So keep these things in mind. Apart from that, I've noticed one thing, Divyanshu, you've been negative about your own self. I am a pathetic speaker. I am terrible sitter. I am this and that. Please don't do that. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't have negative notions about yourself. Always be optimistic and always perceive yourself as a positive entity. So you've done really well. You've scored 7.5 overall, 8.5 in listening, and 7.5 in reading, 7 in speaking, as well as in writing. So that's a wonderful, wonderful score. And you wouldn't have scored that much if you were a pathetic speaker or a terrible sitter. So kudos to you. Good job. And you've practiced, you have been consistent, and that shows the results have, you know, the results are the evidence for that. So great job, amazing work. And now the next question is whether it was paper based or computer delivered.
well, I actually appeared like for the computer delivered IELTS
Computer delivered
test.
test. And any issues that you faced while taking the computer delivered test, or was it all comfortable?
It was extremely comfortable, ma'am. It was a great experience while taking the examination, and the like generally the students panic. Like the one thing which I loved about my IELTS exam was the invigilators. They were extremely nice, especially during my speaking test. The examiner, which my examiner, the way she greeted me and the way she made me feel comfortable was actually very great. And I actually like I had a conversation. I felt like I was having a conversation with my friend. I never realized that it was my IELTS examination, and I was giving my examination in front of a teacher, and like it was really amazing the
That's
way
how
she
it's
greeted.
supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not an interview, it's a casual conversation between two people, and then they're just assessing how well you express yourself in the language, nothing
And
else.
surely I would like to add to this that students should not get nervous about this, because obviously teachers, the examiner won't accept or won't realize that the student was nervous, because of which he could not speak well, or because of which he could not express his ideas well. And well, apart from that, he's a good speaker. So it's no point getting nervous. You should stay confident. And yes, obviously, you have practiced a lot, and so all your efforts will surely
Sure.
pay you off. And there is no point of getting nervous or
Great, great, great. Any suggestions how people can avoid being nervous, people or students? Anything that works for you?
Yes, I can say the like. Firstly, I would say to appear for mock tests. Secondly, as I mentioned, not to study extremely much before the examination, because one thing which may happen is that you might come across a very difficult paper or a tricky paper, and you might score the way you used to score in your usual while you usually used to practice, and this might demotivate you, which might like pull down your band score during the actual examination. And one thing more I need to add here is that it is the incident about my listening test. Generally, the section A is extremely easy as compared to section B and C, and actually I missed all the three answers of mine in the section A. I don't know how I lost. I was extremely focused, but I myself did not realize that how did I lose that? How did I lose my focus? And but yes, other students, like generally what students would have done was that they would have got demotivated, and yes, that section A was so easy I could not attempt, and then they would have like could not attempt section B and C in a good way. But I did not do this. What I did was that I
Perfect.
kept myself, and yes, I just actually it increased my focus, and I was like, section C, it's the difficult one, and I could easily get all the answers, and I'm pretty sure that all the three answers which I got incorrect, because of which I got an 8.5 band, were from section A. So there is no point getting nervous.
That's actually a very good example. So, this is again something I keep mentioning during classes that I take. Never panic if you have missed out on a couple of questions or if you were not able to listen to a couple of answers, because that will impact your future questions. So please don't do that. Focus on your current question, the one that is being spoken about in the audio, and forget about everything else. Just stay focused. Yeah, anything
Also, I
else that
would say, yes, that they should have enough sleep before the examination, and also proper food, because it's a 4 hour long examination. So yes, and yes, I would say proper sleep is very necessary, because I had slept very early, one day before my examination, and actually I was very fresh, I was very happy, and I was very confident when I went for my examination. So it will really help. And obviously, like, if there is time for your examination, you should not think much. Sit down, relax, breathe in and breathe out. This I actually did. Like, I had 1 hour before my examination, I was constantly breathing in and breathing out. I was super confident that I had practiced a lot. So there is no point worrying. Getting nervous would do nothing, but it would pull down my band score. Yes, it would affect my performance. So I just breathe. I just did this before the examination, and yes, I gave it confidently, and it went very nice.
I'm so proud of such students who know how to manage their nervousness and examination anxiety. Brilliant, brilliant approach, brilliant strategy, I would say, not only in dealing with all the four modules, but also with keeping yourself calm. And trust me, you have done wonderfully well, because I have observed, I've seen a lot of students who take the IELTS test, and if they mess up with their listening, their scores do not just decrease in listening, but in the other subsequent modules as well. Because when they're attempting their reading test, they might just keep thinking about what they messed up in their listening, and that will again get carried forward to the writing test. So what is done is done. Okay, what you have lost is lost. Don't think about it too much. In fact, in the last 2 minutes, if you just want to, take an educated guess or calculated guess, just write something. Don't leave a blank there, because there's no negative
Yes,
marking. You can just, write
exactly.
anything that is closely related to the question. A fluke can work if it's a educated one, right? So if you can
I
think,
myself did this
yeah, so just
in my section one.
some estimated answer would be fine. Don't leave any question unanswered. That's one advice. Secondly, what's gone is gone. Don't think about it a lot. Focus on what's left and try to attempt everything properly so that even if you lose out on those three answers, you still manage to score 8.5 like Divyanshu did. And staying focused is the key. Breathing in, breathing out, meditating, staying calm, and not getting stressed. So that's something you need to follow so that apart from whatever you're prepared, you're able to implement and showcase that during your actual test, which would not be possible if you end up being nervous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing in so many strategies and methodologies and ways of preparing. Last but not the least, anything that you want to add that you haven't spoken about so far, any piece of advice that you would like to share with the future aspirants?
I won't add any new point. I just want to repeat not to panic one day before the examination. Yes, before the speaking examination, I practiced speaking. What I did was I was just picking up random topics and I was speaking. But yes, there is no point practicing harder and harder just one day before the examination. You should keep your mind relaxed and train your mind so that it can prepare it. Your mind can get prepared for the exam which you are having tomorrow. I actually was watching a movie before one day before the examination. Yes, obviously English one. It is not at all good to watch a Hindi movie because it's an IELTS exam and you should expose yourself to just English media and just stay calm and yes, just go through the strategies which by which you have prepared all the 4 modules. Just go through them and yes, you will surely ace in your examination.
Perfectly fine, perfectly fine. So that's a great advice yet again. You are way too intelligent for a 12th grader, I would say. Too good. I hope you do really well in your board exams as well. And once you're done with your board exams, you know where to reach out to and whom to reach out to for your future study visa and college process, admission process, and all of that. So we are here to help you out. Reach out to us once you're free from your boards, and all the very best for your future. You're a brilliant kid, I would say. You are intelligent. You will do wonders in your future. All the very best and stay motivated. Never ever doubt yourself. Okay, never ever doubt yourself. You are great.
Thank you so much, ma'am.